And we are live. It's alive. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, January 6th. January 6th, 2023. The House of Representatives is still not got a leader of the majority. They just can't get it done. It's pandemonium, folks. We got cats loving dogs and dogs loving cats and Republicans just crying out to their progressive overlords. And we got Democrats praying to their God, Chairman Mao, for some type of communist resolution to the problem. But none to be found. McCarthy, no matter how this ends, McCarthy is looking like crap. Nobody wants him. The Democrats, they don't want him, although they've offered to help for a little, for a little favor. We'll help you. We'll help you, McCarthy. But we're going to need a little favor. Then you've got the 20 Republicans. Every single one of them with their finger up to the establishment. And you know what the 20 Republicans are doing? This is my interpretation of the 20 Republicans. No. That's it, folks. That's all it takes. Oh, yes, please. Let's have a moment of silence and a moment of thumbs up. Let's each take a moment to appreciate the thumbs up and give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe to the channel. Because if you don't subscribe to the channel, then the terrorists win. Not really, but please subscribe to the channel. Hey, Bob's up. Morning, Bob. Bob the camera. Look at him waking up 4 minutes into the show. Way to go, Bob. Union. He's a union camera. So, folks, lots and lots going on today. Although it's Friday, it does not mean we can slump. It does not mean we can slack off. Shit, actually it does. So Friday, no, not till we're done with work, folks. We got stuff to do today on Patreon. Yesterday's Patreon rocked. I know everyone who watched it. When we closed up yesterday's Patreon show, it was on the edge of when Andrew Jackson, this is a history lesson on how history is repeating itself, on how Andrew Jackson had just helped the rebels win the House of Representatives. And now the next presidential election was coming up, and nobody thought that Andrew Jackson would be able to win. They had already, that's right. The prior election had been stolen from the progressives, or the Illuminati, as they called themselves back then. They had stolen the prior election from Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson then rallied and toured for the House of Representatives and got a bunch of Andrew Jackson people elected at the House of Representatives. Then today, on today's episode, we find out what happens at the next election that Andrew Jackson won, and how and exactly what Andrew Jackson did to take out the central bank. My friends, you want to know what's going to happen in 2024? You want to know what's going to happen in 2023? Join the Patreon channel right under here, and I'm going to show you, because it's happened before, my friends. There's a reason. There's a reason. Day one, Trump administration. Day one. What did he do? Change out a painting. Who'd he put up there? Andrew Jackson. In almost every public video from the Oval Office, who is Trump standing in front of? Andrew Jackson. My friends, I'm going to show you the future. You just got to watch it, and then watch it unfold. There was even a battle in the House of Representatives for the leader of the speaker's leading position. And Andrew Jackson got his guy. Oh, my friends, there is a blueprint to doing this. It has been done once before. Yes, my friends. And I am going to show you how it was done. And I'm going to explain it. And I'm going to show you the turmoil of the next 2 years and what they're going to do in the House of Representatives and what they're going to do at the Supreme Court and what they're going to do and how Trump is going to get reelected. And there's even signs. Remember what Trump said about DeSantis in Florida. If you know your history, and this will be next week, if you know your history, what happened in Florida right after the Reconstruction, also known as the Civil War, Trump dropped a huge hint about 2 months ago, and nobody caught it but me, that I saw, because no one else knows presidential elections history, true history, like I do. Trump dropped a huge hint with DeSantis in Florida. And if you know what happened in Florida, I'll give you a hint. 40 acres and a mule. That's a hint. But we'll talk about that next week. This week, today, on today's Patreon show, y'all are going to be happy because I'm going to lay it out for you guys. And it's going to be clear as day. What's going on in the House of Representatives. And you know what's crazy? In an odd way, this includes the Bitcoin. Because what Andrew Jackson did was he re-implemented a new monetary system. For those of you that don't know, Andrew Jackson is the president who actually had the Treasury Department building actually built right next to the White House. But see, nobody knows that because no one knows how Andrew Jackson created or organized the Treasury Department. See, all people know about Andrew Jackson was, oh, he was in a bunch of duels. He brought down the first national bank. Or, I'm sorry, the second one. But nobody knows what he did with the Treasury Department. Nobody. And that's the key. Andrew Jackson created a new monetary system for America. And it resembled, if they could have had blockchain back then, it resembles implementing blockchain now. All right? Because Andrew Jackson created the ledger system for the Treasury Department. He organized the records system of the monetary system. Gee, I wonder why Trump put out NFTs. Odd. Or is it? So, I'm telling you, folks, all of you should be smiling. Then you guys should be looking forward to the next 2 years. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but if you thrive, if you shower, if you bathe in the tears of liberals and love it, if you bathe in the tears of the bankers, you're going to love the next 2 years. Now, mind you, watch as you walk down the street, because we're going to have bankers doing the the high-rise dive. Let's put it that way. And this is going to be the most beautiful destruction of a Western government that we have ever seen. It is going to be beautiful. And we're all going to watch it. And we're all going to participate in it. And we're all, yes, bingo. We got better understanding. Says, currently taking a shower in the tears at the Congress Hall, and the mainstream media getting upset that that their doll McCarthy is not in charge of the money printer. Oh, sing it, brother. Sing it. You talk about singing in the shower. Singing in the shower. I'm singing in the shower. My wife hates when I sing because I'm a terrible singer. But yes, my friends, all good. All good. Now, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the way that this is all playing out in the American economy. The American economy is, in one way, on fire. The American economy, in another way, is in a depression and going into a depression. This transition, this old system is rapidly ripping itself apart. We don't have enough employees for the number of jobs we have. And that's leading to what is called the job inflation rate. Last quarter, new hires' salary jumped 8%. 8%. Companies are having to pay more money for employees. Let me give you an example. I, the sexiest man on YouTube right now, with the pink shirt with bananas on it in a Cardinals hat, who lives in Florida, the sexiest guy like that, am an ex-truck driver. Walmart is now paying their local drivers $125,000 if you have at least 2 years experience. $100. I know mother pluckers that went to college for 8 years that ain't made that kind of money. This is getting cray-cray, folks. And we have a Federal Reserve, the bankers, the Federal Reserve saying they're slowing down inflation. Inflation's dropping. Bullshit. I call bullshit. No, they're not. They're not slowing down inflation. Inflation's getting worse. You know why? Because they can't control inflation. Right? They can't control inflation because of credit. See, inflation is controllable if you have a closed system of money creation. We don't have that now. We have, think about this. Credit is money. You can shop with credit. Credit creation originates at lenders. Lenders can loan out money against perceived value. Not realized value, but perceived value. By holding the value in an equity of some sort, a house, land, stocks, bonds. It's only when the debt goes bad that they have to liquidate the other side of the loan. Let me give you an example. Let's say that I own a $1 million house. All right. And I go out for a loan. All right. And let's say I go to Joe Schmo's, local bank, and I go, I want to pull out $1 million of equity. Okay, the bank doesn't have to get $1 million cash. No, they just they write the loan. $1 million shows up in my bank account. They haven't shipped $1 million $1 bills. Nope. All of a sudden, there's $1 million worth of liquid currency in the system again. And then what if I take that $1 million and I lend it to somebody who's buying another house? Credit. See, if you can't control credit, you can't control prices. Oh, shit. Thank you, reminder. And used Car prices, yeah, yeah. Used car prices are shifting. They dropped a little bit. You know who's selling the shit out of cars right now? It ain't just dealerships, regular dealerships. It's a buy here, pay here. Those guys are selling cars on credit that the buy here, pay here place holds. They're issuing credit. It, oh, another prime example, PayPal. PayPal is now qualified as a bank. So now you can pay over time. Amazon implemented you can pay over time. And it's not linked with a bank. Amazon is the bank. They're issuing credit on Amazon. So now Amazon is the Amazon stove. Remember back in the day, and I'm talking back in the early 1900s, if you worked for a large factory, the factory had a stove. And you could go and get credit at the company stove. Amazon is now a company stove. So you can go shopping, get a loan at Amazon for stuff you don't need, but you want, and you can pay over time. Let me put a little something down on it. I ain't got the whole amount, but I could put a little something down on it. How about $3.50? Yeah, there you go, Bob. Keep up with me. Let's exercise, Bob. Feel the burn, Bob. It's Friday, folks. Let's pluck it up today. Let's be happy. And later on this afternoon, let's all get a drink and have a drink because it's Friday. Okay, less than a minute. Everybody. that's that's my Prince impersonation. Everybody, click the link under here. We're jumping over to Patreon, and I'm going to lay it out for you, folks. I got it right here set up. I'm going to show you historically exactly how Andrew Jackson went from having an election stolen to then getting his friends elected into the House of Representatives. Sounds familiar. To a battle for the speakership. Sounds familiar. To Andrew Jackson winning the next election and then getting rid of the central bank. Oh, I will see you guys in 5 minutes. Links under here. Join now. See you guys on Patreon. I better see you there. I'm watching every single one of you mother pluckers. Love you guys.